Hi everybody. Before this episode gets started, I'd just like to remind you that there's just a few episodes left here in Season 3 of Rapant Outdoors 360. Now, after a short break, Rapant Outdoors 360 Season 4 will be coming your way with its first episodes sometime near the end of April 2022. Now, I wanted to thank everybody, all my subscribers and all my viewers, for the first 3 seasons of all your support and having me get to 300 plus subscribers. It's really appreciated. Now I'm going to set another goal on subscribership for Season 4. By the end of Season 4, my goal is to try to get to 500 subscribers and maybe even a little more. So make sure that you subscribe, like, comment, and share. Now in Season 4, we're still going to continue with our gift giveaways as we started here in Season 3. Many more big giveaways to be coming. So if you're not subscribed, get yourself subscribed, join in on the fun, and be eligible for the upcoming gift giveaways. Now, speaking of gift giveaways, just wanted to remind everybody that the Season 3 big $200 value hunting gift giveaway is still in progress. So, if you're not yet a subscriber, get yourself subscribed, go back, check out those gift giveaway videos to find out exactly what's in this $200 valued package and what you need to do to get yourself involved in a chance to win it. Now, let's get this video started.
Twas the night before the hunt, and all the equipment was laid out with great care. As I settled down for a good night's sleep, with hopes of big bucks dancing in the air. But I awoke to no clatter as the alarm didn't ring, and jumped from my bed as I saw the sun rising.
Well, good morning. Monday morning, and as you can see, it's light outside already. I'm still standing on the front porch here to the trailer, not out in the blind yet. My alarm did not go off. I didn't set it properly, I guess. I didn't slide the button all the way over. So I overslept. But I still ate a good breakfast. I figured, forget it. Don't worry about it. Just deal with it and move on. And maybe it's a blessing in disguise. We'll see what happens this morning. We'll see you guys out in the blind. There's a frost on top of the ground and it's crunchy, but no matter where I step, I'm crunching. So I don't know whether I try to go slower or I just get in the blind because the sun's up already and get it over with. I think I'm going to opt for number 2. Make the noise, because I'm not going to stop it anyways. It's super loud with this frost on top of the grass. It froze overnight and it's making a crunch sound like you're chewing on crackers. So I think my best bet is get in the blind as quick as possible, let the wood settle down. So see you guys in the blind. We made it. Let's get in the blind and get settled in. Yeah, we finally got our camera gear set up, and self-filming a deer hunt is quite challenging. A little more so than turkey hunting. So I'll show you how we got this set up. I've got one camera here I'll be able to turn on, and it'll be on me while I'm shooting the crossbow. Here's my support for my crossbow, and we have our other camera hooked up onto one of the support beams, and that'll give us a field of view out here for shooting. Camera bag is back here for still photos, and my other video camera and still photo camera is available there. And here's our field of view. So we're just going to sit for about a half hour and let the woods settle down, and then we'll start doing some calls.
As we sat quiet to let the woods settle down, the first natural activity is from this huge blue jay who flutters around looking for nourishment. And shortly after the blue jay left, this little black squirrel came scrounging through the food plot.
We've had a couple birds flying around. You saw that blue jay. Black squirrel ran through. To me, that gives a sense of calmness in the area. The blue jay, the black squirrel moving around. So we're going to do a couple of doe bleats right now and then sit tight and just keep our eyes peeled, see what happens. Just a little more info. We've got the wind coming. As you're looking at me, the wind is coming from this way, blowing this way. So chances are I'm going to have deer coming in from my right to come in. The swamp is to the left. So if they are responding to my doe bleats or rattling, I'm kind of expecting them to come in downwind to come up at me to try to pick up scent. Just a very slight breeze. So I'm going to be paying more attention to my right than I am to the swamp area. We're going to spend time concentrating on this portion of the woods. Because this would be downwind. They would come up into the wind trying to catch a scent. Alright, sit and wait.
Ooh, that almost sounded like a coyote off in the distance. Sounded more coyote than dog, but it was out quite a ways.
We did the doe bleats this morning and nothing. So it's time to haul out the big boys and let's do a rattling sequence and see what happens. After all, the current intel tells us there's a lot of bucks around here. This may be the ticket. Let's see what happens. Well, after a little while, that rattling sequence eventually brought in some wildlife.
Unfortunately, it was the return of the black squirrel. And a short time later, a gray squirrel shows up. Now listen carefully as you can hear a hawk screech, and watch this gray squirrel's reaction. This could get interesting. We still got the black squirrel there. Where's that gray squirrel? There. He's still coming in. Ooh, I think he spots him. Yep, I think he sees him. Well, let's see what happens here. Ooh, the gray squirrel chased off the black squirrel. Not even a fight. He just moved in and started taking over. Oh, there he is. He's a little higher than I thought he was. But he took off. He wanted anything to do with that gray squirrel. Just watching nature and enjoying it. Now that black squirrel was content to sit in the split of the tree trunk. Well, that is until that gray squirrel decided that tree was in his territory also. I think the gray squirrel's looking for a fight. Maybe not. He challenged him a little bit and took off. Well, the black squirrel returned to the trunk of his tree and sure looked content up there. A little bit of competition, but no major fight. After the squirrels move off, I started to focus my attention back downwind to the northwest to watch for possible deer movement. Then I thought I saw when I was looking over there. I thought I noticed something move back in here. Probably squirrels. Okay, does anybody know, is a black squirrel considered bad luck, like seeing a black cat? Because I've got this black squirrel running around all morning long here, and that's all I'm seeing are squirrels and birds, no deer at all. Anybody knows? Let me know. I don't know if you can see it, but here comes the snow. It's snowing. And as you can see, I buttoned up most of the blind, but it is really snowing. Well, with the late start that I had today, I did not head back to the trailer for a lunch at midday. I stayed in the blind the full 9 hours watching birds, squirrels, and snow. Now, I didn't know it at the time of my hunt, but later in putting this footage together and observing my trail cam data, I found out that out of all the trail cams that I've got out, on Monday, November 16th, I had one photo taken that day. All I could think of was, here we go again. Take a look at this photo. This was the only picture taken, and it was at 10:56 p.m. on the food plot just to the left of my ground blind. Unfortunately, you can't tell if it's a buck or a doe, as only the rear end is seen in this photo. Now, we did hear what I thought was a coyote earlier in the day during this hunt. I kind of wonder if that had anything to do with it. Plus, you wonder
with the snow coming on, did the deer know about it and were already looking to bed down someplace, and that's why they weren't that active? Who knows? Okay, it's 7:15, and I'm mad. This morning coming in, I spooked a big buck right off the food plot. If it wasn't a big buck, it sure was one big doe.
Now, in checking the trail cams, I came up with these possibilities. This buck showed up on the trail cam at 5:30 a.m. and then this doe showed up on camera at 6 a.m. Either one of these could fit my description.
It was dark coming in. I kept pausing and listening. I didn't hear nothing. And as I made the turn and started coming down the trail to the blind, I saw the tail fly up and I could see him bound away. And I keep saying him because usually does are not that big. All I saw was a quartering away. The side shot, I couldn't pick up the head area with antlers in the dark. It was dusk yet. And but that tail, if the tail is in the indication to the size of the deer, that was a huge deer. That may have been that 9 or 10 pointer that James Pitzel got on camera walking down our ATV trail. And it's been quiet ever since. Yeah, he was right in this area here. I saw the tail flash up and he bounded out this way past that dead tree, made the turn and went into the pine groves back in there. So I think we'll wait till about 8 o'clock before we make a call. I think we're just going to sit quiet yet for another 45 minutes. My heart was pounding. Well, what I was doing was re-looking at yardage markers, certain stumps and trees, and what the distance is. I do that every time I get into my blind, just to re-burn into my memory what that sight picture is and what the yardage is. So when the deer comes in, I'm not second guessing myself, hopefully. Still no guarantees, but it's just something I like to do, a little tip. I do that every time I sit down in the blind to get ready to hunt. Like I said, just re-burn it in your brain so it becomes automatic. That sight picture connects with the yardage right away. Oh, great. Here's that black squirrel again. I hope this ain't like a black cat coming across my path. We didn't see any deer yesterday once this guy came in. I thought about doing a rattling sequence to start because of that buck in here this morning early. I haven't seen any deer since except for that black squirrel. And if that thing's like a black cat, I'm jinxed again today. But I think we'll start out with a couple of doe bleats again. All right, we got a little bit of a southeast breeze starting. Kind of a setup like yesterday, where the wind is blowing from my left, your right as you're looking at me. And if a buck or anything's going to try to come in and scent me, they will circle around to my right or your left as you're looking at me on the screen and come in upwind to try to pick up that scent. Same setup as yesterday. So again, I'm going to concentrate more on watching my right side here or your left side as you're looking at me on the screen, and watch for a deer approaching from that side. Not to say they won't come in from this side. Odds are that they'll come upwind trying to scent me, or if they're coming in curious, they usually come in where the wind's blowing at them, where they can pick up scents. So that would be from my right, again, your left as you're looking at me on the screen. So we're going to pay attention to that side.
Damn squirrel. He came in from out there and I heard the crunching of the leaves. I thought I had a deer coming in. Damn little tree rat. It's kind of funny with all the fresh intel from Kevin about all the buck sightings and the bucks on the trail cams that I've seen one buck so far in a day and a half. I can hear him, but I can't see him. I think I missed him. He went right overhead. My God, them sandhill cranes sure make a lot of racket. We'd been calling and glassing all morning long when this ghost-like buck appears quietly out of nowhere. Once I get a good look at this buck and find out he's a small rack 6-point, I decide to let him pass. After all, the intel info is showing a lot of 8-point plus big body bucks around, and this is early on day 2 of my hunt. So I decide to spend time just observing this buck's habits. He's at 17 to 20 yards, giving me the perfect broadside shot as he continues to feed, unaware I'm sitting in the blind. I'm starting to second guess myself as I see just how big of a body this 6-point has. And the fact that he's given me a perfect shot opportunity, just waiting there for me to decide. I'm really tempted at this point, but I really have my heart set on matching wits with one of those big 8-point plus bucks that we saw on the trail cam. They're here in the area and active. Those thoughts allow me to settle down and just continue to watch and learn.
Just nice to observe him.
I continue to watch movements and reactions to other stimulus around him. You can never get enough insight into the whitetail's world of behavior. This is quality learning you can't get in a classroom or by reading books. Did you notice the bird that flew up and away in the lower left corner of the picture? Even the movement of this small bird captures this buck's attention and puts him on a subdued alert. The fast movement attracted this buck's attention, yet if you make slow, deliberate movements, you will not attract the buck's immediate attention. Slow and steady will get you ready without alerting the deer.
So cool. That was so cool watching that little 4-pointer come in here, feeding in the food plot. Oh. He's still hanging around out there. He's turning around, coming back in this direction.
Well, this buck wasn't coming back in the food plot. He was actually headed off in a west-northwest direction.
Now that's the 4-pointer that's been hanging around the food plot that I've been picking up on a trail cam on a pretty regular basis. It was so cool to observe him that close and watch him. So it can only go up from here, right? Stay with us. We're looking for an 8, 9, or a 10.
Well, that was a pretty intense encounter with that big-bodied 6-point buck. But due to trail cam data and recent boots-on-the-ground intel from Kevin Pitzel, we know there are a lot bigger bucks out and about. So, join us on our next video, part 3 of the 2020 final fall bull hunt entitled The Big 8 Encounter. And watch as I go toe-to-toe and match wits with one of those big 8s that you've seen on camera. Hey, thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next episode. Feel free to comment below, or if you don't want to comment in the public eye, we can also be reached at rapantoutdoors360@gmail.com. Now, if you know somebody you think might enjoy this video series, please feel free to go ahead and share this video or this link with your friend. And as always, whether you fish or hunt, remember, practice CCR. Catch, conserve, replenish. Make sure that that resource is available for future generations. See you next time, guys.